Amazon Prime Day is here, which means lots of great deals and discounts, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your gaming setup with gaming mice, keyboards, monitors, and some PC parts. This is not sponsored at all, and what I'm about to show you is not a random list. These are all products I either personally use, have tested, or would absolutely buy myself if I didn't already own something similar. Let's start with gaming mice. This is my main gaming mouse, the ROG Keris II Ace. I've been using it for almost 2 years, and it's still my number one pick. It weighs 56 grams, has a comfortable ergonomic shape, and the wireless performs great. It's also the mouse I used when I hit Radiant in Valorant for the first time, so yeah, this mouse performs really well. Especially at 44% off, it's a solid pick. The next great deal comes from the Razer Death Adder V3 Pro, one of my all-time favorite ergo mice. It's quite large, comfortable, and perfect for medium to large hands. I didn't main it just because it's a bit too big for me, but at this price of $86, a solid price for a great product. In my opinion, one of the best value deals you can get on Prime Day sale. The next one is the smaller version of the Death Adder V3 Pro, which I actually like more. It's the V3 Hyperspeed, same shape, slightly smaller and more affordable because it's positioned as the budget version of the V3 Pro. It's wireless, lightweight at only 53 grams and performs great. If my main mouse broke, I would switch to this one. If you like the V3 Pro shape but it's too big, the Hyperspeed is a perfect option to get without breaking the bank. At $60, it's a great budget deal. Moving on, the Logitech G203 was my first gaming mouse when I started my gaming journey from 8 to 9 years ago, and it's still a solid choice if you're just getting into PC gaming. At $20, the value you get is crazy. A reliable sensor, decent clicks, and a simple but comfortable ambidextrous shape. Again, at $20, it's one of the best budget-friendly mice you can get. The next is the G Pro Superlight. It has been dominant in the FPS esports scene, arguably the most popular and used mouse among pro FPS players. It's lightweight at 63 grams, great performance, and has a very safe shape that is easy to recommend to anyone. At $89, it's becoming more affordable, so the cheaper price is definitely worth considering. Moving on to the gaming keyboard, the Chilkey Slice75 HE is still my favorite Hall effect keyboard to date. You're not only getting a full package of Hall effect benefits, but also a full aluminum case with nice build quality, soft typing feel, easy to mod, great sound out of the box, and the software is a smooth experience. For $150, it is by far still my go-to option in terms of value and features in the magnetic keyboard space. The Iqunix EZ63 is also a great alternative to the Wowstick 60 HE. It has great build quality, quite good software, and great performance. The sound profile is decent, not amazing, but it does the job. Overall, it's a strong option if you want a compact gaming keyboard with a great typing feel and solid build quality. Another deal for a Hall effect keyboard comes from the Melgeek Mate 68 Ultra. This is more for people who like a different aesthetic since it has a unique look with a light bar on the back of the keyboard. But the typing feel is stiff due to the tray mount. It has magnetic switch benefits and pretty good software. Compared to the previous deals, this one is a bit more expensive, but if you're into the aesthetic, you might want to consider this as an option. Next is the Rainy 75. It is one of the best pre-built keyboards. If I were not into magnetic keyboards, this would probably be my go-to pre-built keyboard. At $111, you get a full CNC aluminum case, tri-mode wireless, soft typing feel, and a very good sound profile. It is well loved for a reason, and a great product with cheaper prices, why not? Now to the gaming monitors, the ROG PG27 AQDP is my main gaming monitor, and it's been an absolute game changer. 1440p resolution, 480Hz refresh rate, OLED panel with 0.03 milliseconds response time. It's on another level if you're jumping from TN or IPS panels. In my review, I said it's the best gaming monitor, and it still is in my opinion. At least before we get newer models, which are gonna come probably later this year. For a more in-depth review, feel free to check out the review video. The next one is the LG 480Hz OLED. It's the same OLED panel as the ROG PG27 AQDP, just with LG's design and features instead of ROG's. Also, it has DisplayPort 2.1 instead of 1.4, with a more discounted price at $735, $130 cheaper than the ROG. So if I'm tight on a budget deciding which one to get, the LG is clearly the one because of the cheaper price. Now this one is a crazy good deal, 280Hz 24-inch 1080p, and it's only $130. $130 is crazy cheap for a monitor with refresh rate above 240Hz. And the reason why I don't include any 144Hz monitor in this video is because the prices are close to this monitor. So might as well spend a little bit more, but getting almost double the refresh rate. At this point, it completely wipes out the value of most 144Hz monitors in the same price range, unless it's the high resolution or a different panel that you're looking for. But for a purely FPS gaming monitor, it is definitely a great deal. Moving on to the PC component, if you still cannot get your hands on the 9800X3D yet, the 7800X3D is still the go-to gaming CPU for the best value to performance. Especially if you're building a PC and your focus is FPS games that rely heavily on CPU, this is the chip I would go with. It's not a huge discount, only 24% off, but the dollars to performance ratio with the CPU is still a great pick. If you're running low on space or just want an upgrade, the Samsung NVMe is a solid deal. High-speed Gen 5 NVMe with 2TB of storage, perfect for editing, large games, or just keeping your system fast. At under $200 for 2TB NVMe Gen 5, it's quite a big discount, 37%, a pretty good deal if you're needing for extra storage. The last item is a bit different, but it's the type of tool you don't realize you need until you start using it. Having an electric screwdriver makes PC building and keyboard modding way quicker and more enjoyable. The Wowstick electric screwdriver comes with 56 bits, it has an LED light and a magnetic mat. Super compact and just makes your setup life smoother. For $37, it's kind of a mini affordable life hack that I'm glad to have. That is the full list of Prime Day gaming deals I found so far. All the links are in the description and pinned comment. Let me know in the comments what you're picking up, and if you're torn between a couple of options, drop your comment and I'll try to reply and help with what I would go for.